Good morning, children. This is Mrs. Franklin. Welcome to my garden this morning for story time. Today in our garden, we're going to be taking a look at our vegetables again. We've had a lot of visits, the squirrels. The other thing that's been visiting our garden a lot here at our house have been the birds, because many of the baby birds are now leaving their nests and are coming and learning how to get food. They're growing up, so they're learning how to get food, and they're coming to our mesquite tree to get, remember we talked about our mesquite pods? So many of the birds are coming to start eating the mesquite pods. And many of the birds, oops, there's my uncle, he's watering. Many of the birds are coming to also eat the vegetables we're growing, as are the squirrels. So our sunflower that we had is getting ready to make sunflower seeds, which are very popular. The birds love the sunflower seeds. And then our tomato is still doing well. And you can see we have a big squash flower. Later today, I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to put a picture on Facebook that you can see with your family. There's our eggplant. You can see the pretty purpley flower, white purpley flower. That's going to turn into an eggplant. We are going to post a picture that Lieutenant Governor said we could show you from his garden. Isn't that exciting? Everybody in the community loves gardening, and Lieutenant Governor Stone loves to garden, and he said that we could show you a picture of his squash plant that has got bees visiting it, because we know how much you all enjoy the bees. And we always remember when we talk about our friends, the bees, we should check the fountain and see if there's any bees today. But we always remember when we talk about our bees that it's okay to enjoy them and watch them, but it's not okay to touch them or get too close, because bees can sting, and some of us are quite allergic to bees. So let's see if we've got any bees visiting. There's there's a bee. Do you see that one? And if you look very closely, I'm going to try and get my lens to come in. You can see this bee has already been collecting pollen. Do you see the bags at the back of her legs where she has been collecting pollen? Oh, and now she's got a friend joining her. As always, the bees enjoy coming and getting a drink of water before they head back to their hives. And we've said before, our desert bees often live in holes in the ground up in the desert. Look up there. You can see we have the big holes. Those are not for bees. Those big holes are for squirrels, and also for big lizards like the desert chuckwalla. That lives, actually there's a chuckwalla that lives in that hole. But up in the top of the desert, up here, you can see where the shugoi is. And up in there is where the bees live. And they live in smaller holes where they make their hive down in the ground. So if you were ever walking in and you feel the ground almost humming, or you hear humming, you don't want to get too close to that, because that might be a hole for bees. And again, like we've said before, if you should be taking a walk and you see the commercial hives, which look like big white boxes, you want to leave those alone too, because those are the bees' home and they need to be right there. You can always ask your family, or if the farmer is out, or one of the folks from Gila River Farms is out, they're near the bees, you can ask them questions about that, and they would be happy to talk to you, I'm sure. All right, but you don't go near the boxes. Right, okay. Well, today I'm going to read a book to you that I think all of you have at your house. And if you don't, we can probably make sure, if you ask your mom or your family or your dad or grandma or grandpa, the next time they're over by the school, if you didn't have a copy of it, I think we have maybe a few copies of it left. But this is one of my favorite books. I just love this book. And it's called, let me get it back here. It's called Green is a Chili Pepper. And it's a book about colors and all the colors that we can find in our garden. But it's also a fun book about families who like to garden as well. And you can see that this book is by Roseanne Greenfield Thong, and it's illustrated by John Para. And the illustrations are the pictures of the book. And if you haven't really looked at your book before, you might think, what do you notice first thing on the cover? I noticed that we have a girl and a boy, and they're in a garden, and this is a pepper plant, which many of us have our shirts, the Cocourt shirts, because we love our beautiful chili plants. So let's get started with our story today. Green is a Chili Pepper, a book of colors by Roseanne Greenfield Thong, illustrated by John Para. Oh, look on the floor. Did you see the key? I hadn't noticed the key before. Oh, but we know what that is, don't we? Bees. And this almost looks like a lock up here. Maybe that's what the key is for. And we have a ladybug. Green is a Chili Pepper, a book of colors by Roseanne Greenfield Thong, illustrated by John Para. Red is a Ristra. Okay, let's take a look. Red is a Ristra. Red is a spice. Oh. Red is our salsa on top of rice. Red in Spanish is rojo. So red is a Ristra. Red is a spice. Red is our salsa on top of rice. Look at their beautiful kitchen. They have all their peppers up in there. It looks like something is cooking on the stove. Red, roja, or rojo. There we go. Oh, now the mystery. Look at that. There's our box. And there's the lock. And I think she's dancing. Red is a ribbon. Red is a bow. And skirts for ballet folklorico. Oh, I think they are having a dance. Orange are the marigolds on Day of the Dead. Orange are the platos for special bread. Oh, there we go. There's the marigolds right there. Orange, naranja. Oh, goodness. Some communities around us have Day of the Dead ceremonies. And here's the village. I think this one is set maybe near in Mexico on the other side of the border, maybe. But it could be around us too. Yellow is Amarillo. Yellow are the stars that lighten the night. Yellow are faroles. Now I got to get that right. Flickering bright. When I grew up in New Mexico, we call them farolitos. So they have a slightly different name. We used to see them around Christmas. Oh, and there's a star shining down on a manger. Green is verde. Green are the corn stalks. Green are the pails. Green is the bench for Abuela's tales. Oh, so Abuela is going to tell them stories on her green bench. And they've been out collecting the corn. Now this, did you notice this? That is a monkey. That makes me think this story probably doesn't happen in Arizona. Why? You're right, we hardly have any monkeys in Arizona except at the zoo. But where this family lives, probably in Mexico, they have monkeys. Isn't that exciting? Do you wish we had monkeys? I don't know. Monkeys can be a bit of a troublesome thing sometimes. Oh, and look, here's someone cooking. And this page is also green, which is verde. Green is a chili pepper, spicy and hot. Green is cilantro inside our pot. I think that's the cilantro right there. And there's the peppers. And the children, the boy and the girl, are helping to cook. They're bringing the ingredients. Blue is azul. Blue is the endless sky above and hand-made crafts for those I love. Oh my goodness, have you ever made those? I think some of our families make those too. Yeah. Those are sort of like dream catchers, but they're a little different too. Yeah. Purple, which is purpura, and I'm not sure I said that exactly right. Look at where they are. It's like when we go to Molchita, huh? There's all of the rides. Purple are the rides that swirl and spin, and the feria prizes that we win. I think this community is a lot like our community, except I noticed something that makes me think maybe it isn't our community. Besides that monkey, do we have a volcano in our community, like right outside the door? No, we do not. So that's another clue that this story took place someplace, not right here in our part of Arizona. Pink are adornos and candles that glow. Pink are piñatas. Watch out below. Oh, I think it might be somebody's birthday. And here's all of the children. What are they doing? Oh my goodness, I think we can see. The boy has a stick and he has hit the piñata. And what's coming out of the piñata? I know a lot of you have piñatas at your birthdays. I know my children had piñatas. Everybody loved it. And there was somebody who had to pull the piñata up and down using the rope. Yeah. My children always loved the piñatas. That was their favorite thing. Brown is a churro, warm and sweet, and homemade chocolate, a special treat. Oh, I know we like churros. And I know we like chocolate. There we go. I know we do. Oh, and look at that. She's dipping her churro in the hot chocolate. I like the churros when they have that crunchy cinnamon sugar on them. Ah, okay. White, which is blanco. White are the flowers we put in a vase, and sugar skulls and handmade lace. Oh, and look at the doves. Do you see the doves? White are the doves that chatter and coo, and the palomitas for me and you. The world is a rainbow of wonder and fun, ribbons of color rolled into one. Oh, look at them. They are all celebrating. There's the do you see the pole? And these are the ribbons, and they're going to dance. In ponchos, serapes, and xylophones too, these beautiful colors are waiting for you. Look at that. Everyone is celebrating. There's the xylophone. Had you noticed the xylophone? Mr. Ted has one of those that I know some of you have gotten to use and play music on. And there's also, I think that's the guitar player. And there's the horn player. And everybody else is dancing. Doesn't that look like fun? And up in the sky, you can see all the stars. So I think maybe this ceremony is happening at night. And that is the end of our story. See what the child is doing. Oh, look. The child has the chicken and then the craft that they were doing. And some water. Isn't that a fun book for story time today? I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get your copy or your family's copy of Green as a Chili Pepper, a book of colors out, and take a look at it and see. I bet you find even more things than we discovered when we were looking at our book. Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I hope you are staying hydrated, drinking lots of water. I hope you're washing your hands and listening to your family and having a very nice summer. We miss you at school, but now we've got summer school going on. So hopefully you're joining us there. If not, we'll still have story time here on Facebook. So have a beautiful day, and I miss you very much. And remember, wash your hands. All right. Bye, children.